Divorcing in Maryland? Here's what you need to know. Divorce is never easy, and in Maryland, recent changes to the law have made the process simpler in some ways, but still legally complex and emotionally draining in others. At Petrelli Previtera, we help clients navigate the Maryland divorce process every day. If you're facing divorce, here's what you need to know to protect yourself and your future. Whether you're filing for divorce or have just been served, the choices you make now will affect your future for years to come. Maryland law sets the rules for dividing property, determining child custody, and awarding alimony. At Petrelli Previtera, we know every case is unique. We're here to help you make informed decisions, avoid costly mistakes, and secure the best outcome for you and your family. Maryland divorce requirements. Maryland only recognizes absolute divorce, meaning there's no longer a limited divorce or legal separation option. To file, at least one spouse must live in Maryland. If the grounds for divorce happened outside the state, one spouse must have been a resident for at least 6 months before filing. Maryland now uses only no-fault grounds. 6 months of separation, even if you live under the same roof, as long as you live separate lives, irreconcilable differences, the marriage has broken down with no hope of repair, or mutual consents. Both spouses agree to the divorce and submit a written settlement resolving custody, child support, alimony, and property. Filing for divorce. The process begins when one spouse files a complaint for absolute divorce in the circuit court for the county in which they live. The other spouse has 30 days to respond if they live in Maryland, 60 to 90 days if they live out of state. If your spouse doesn't respond, the court can move forward without them, making it critical to file correctly and on time. Dividing property and assets. Maryland follows equitable distribution, not an automatic 50-50 split. Instead, the court decides what's fair considering multiple factors, such as the length of marriage, each spouse's financial and non-financial contributions, sacrifices made for the marriage, like pausing a career to raise children, and economic circumstances of each spouse. Without legal representation, you risk losing far more than you realize. At Petrelli Previtera, we work to protect your financial interests and ensure you receive your fair share. Child custody and support. When children are involved, custody and support are often the biggest concerns. In Maryland, all custody decisions are based in the best interests of the child. Custody can include physical custody, like where the child lives, legal custody, what makes major decisions about the child's life, like religion or where they go to school, child support, which are calculated under Maryland's child support guidelines, factoring in both parents' income, childcare expenses, and parenting time. A strong case is essential to protecting your parental rights and your relationship with your children. Alimony, or spousal support. Alimony in Maryland isn't automatic. When it's awarded, the court looks at factors like income, availability to work, the length of the marriage, and each spouse's contributions. Types of alimony can include pendente lite, which means temporary support while the divorce is pending, rehabilitative alimony, which is short-term support to help a spouse become self-sufficient, indefinite alimony, which is very rare, awarded when one spouse can't reasonably become self-supporting ever, or there's such a large and unfair income gap. Our attorneys at Petrelli Previtera fight to ensure alimony awards are fair and financially sustainable. Settling versus going to court. Many Maryland divorces are resolved through settlement or mediation, saving time and money. But if you and your spouse can't agree, your case goes before a judge who will decide custody, property, and support. Having an experienced attorney is crucial in court, where preparation and strategy make all the difference. Finalizing your divorce. Once everything is decided, the court issues a final divorce decree, officially ending your marriage. Hooray! But legal issues may continue, including custody or support modifications, enforcing unpaid support or alimony, contempt actions when a spouse violates the court order. This is why choosing the right legal team matters. We're here to support you even after the divorce is finalized. Why you need Petrelli Previtera. Divorce in Maryland is complicated. Without strong legal representation, you risk losing assets that should be yours, unfair custody or support outcomes, costly mistakes that affect your financial security. At Petrelli Previtera, we don't just guide you through the process. We protect your future, your rights, and your peace of mind. The decisions you make today will shape the rest of your life. Don't go through a Maryland divorce alone. Contact Petrelli Previtera today for a consultation, and let's build a strategy that protects what matters most to you.